The dream city no longer trembled. It drifted. Its edges softened, dissolving into bands of light and color that folded over one another like tides. Towers leaned, reformed, vanished. Streets braided into spirals that looped back on themselves. A plaza that Layara had seen moments ago now appeared miles away, dimming like a fading memory. It was not collapsing. It was forgetting. Naren walked beside her in silence as they descended from the ridge, both watching the city shed its centuries of dream history like old skin. Every few steps, something shifted, small at first, then unmistakable. A mural became blank. A bridge dissolved into mist. The air thinned with each memory the vessel let go of. Layara stopped at the foot of a street that had split into two diverging timelines, one bright, one ruined. They flickered unpredictably, unable to decide which version of themselves was true. "So this is what forgetting looks like," she murmured. Naren nodded. "When a dream loses its anchor, it begins to unravel. Is it because of what I said? Why does it feel like the whole city is hesitating?" "It is hesitating," Naren said. "That's the part you need to understand." He gestured to the wavering skyscrapers. "The vessel has intelligence. Not consciousness, not choice, not the way we think of them, but design. It can sense uncertainty. It mirrors it." Layara exhaled slowly. "So my doubt is making the city forget itself." "Your doubt," Naren said gently, "and mine." They walked deeper into the shifting streets. A row of market stalls appeared, bright, vibrant, full of ghost-like figures who flickered between laughter and stillness. But when Layara stepped closer, they evaporated like steam. "Echoes," Naren said. "Fragments the vessel is no longer sure it needs." Layara frowned. "Why keep any of this at all? Why keep the city if it's not real?" "Because the vessel remembers the shape of humanity," Naren answered. "The patterns we built, the lives we repeated, the fears we hid from." He touched the dissolving wall with his fingertips. "This city is humanity's collective memory, a mosaic made from what the mind clings to when everything else is gone." Layara watched as the wall melted into faint lines of light, then disappeared. "Then why is it forgetting now?" Naren turned to her, eyes steady. "Because there are only two ways forward for the vessel. It stabilizes, under your influence, or it dismantles itself. And right now," she whispered, "it's waiting for my decision." He nodded. They reached an open square. Once, it must have been a grand hall or gathering place. Now, it was a half-dissolved plain, filled with drifting shapes and memories, searching for owners who no longer existed. Somewhere in the distance, a bell tolled. Not melodically, more like a warning, or a clock striking its final hours. Layara shivered. "Naren, earlier you said you and I both have a role in this. Both anomalies. That you didn't explain how." Naren hesitated. Then the city answered for him. A surge of light cut across the sky. An aurora like ribbon that descended, spiraling toward them. It took shape as it fell. A helix identical to the one in the ridge. Identical to the one beneath Layara's skin. It hovered between them. Naren stepped toward it, and for the first time, Layara saw something she hadn't noticed before. A faint helix glowing beneath his skin as well. Her breath caught. "Naren, you." "Yes," he said quietly. "I'm not just an anomaly because I woke differently, or because I stayed awake inside the dream. I am." He searched for the right word. "Unfinished." The helix pulsed, reflecting his confession. Lara whispered, "Unfinished how?" "I wasn't meant to exist," Naren said. "Not fully. I was an architect's fragment, an imprint of thought left in the vessel. I wasn't supposed to wake, or wander, or survive outside the pattern." His voice softened to a fragile truth. "I was a concept that learned to stand." Layara stared. "A construct?" "Once," he said. "Not anymore." The moment I stepped out of the vessel, I became something else, neither dream nor fully human. And that is why the architects fear us both. The helix flared, casting the square in white. Laera shielded her eyes. Why fear us? Because, Nerin said, stepping beside her. Together, we are the one thing they could never design for. The light intensified. What's that? She whispered. A choice. The dream city trembled, waiting.